I can air up my tires, which are roughly a 36-inch by 1350 wide by a 15-inch rim, in just under 5 minutes.
Welcome to Snail Trail 4x4. I'm Jimmy Jett, and today I got Tyler from My Off-Road Radio, and we're going to be talking more in depth about the MORRFlate. There's a few tricks and a few things to know about this, and we're going to talk about some of the benefits of each of the components and tell you why they are amazing.
So now that we have our vehicle here in our truck, we've already taken the hose and put it down one side of the vehicle, but all you do is kind of grab your coil that you made earlier when you took it out of your bag and last time you used it. Take your coil, hold on to the manifold, and just right on down the side of the vehicle, and then pull it so that your air chucks are somewhere within range of the tires. Take your manifold, make sure the valve is closed, and then I like to keep my manifold just right there in my stinger. Just hangs right there, stays out of the dirt, stays out of the grime, stays off the ground, stays nice and clean so you don't get things all jammed up. And then take your air chucks, make sure the locking collar is down, and all you do is put it on your valve stem here. And what you're going to want to do is, you can hear it as you put it on, you'll hear the air start coming out like that. Push it a little further until it stops. Push the collar down, and you're locked on, good to go. Once you have everything hooked up to all 4 tires around the vehicle, you come back to your manifold, open the ball valve, and you'll get to hear all that air come right on out. And then just let it sit there. Enjoy a drink, have a soda, go talk to your buddies, whatever you need to do. So if you need to check your tire PSI to see where your tires are at, all you got to do is take whatever gauge you have laying around. We grabbed one here in the shop. And come up, grab your manifold, and you want to make sure you close the manifold. And now, with the manifold closed, all 4 of your tires will be self-equalized. And all you got to do is put your gauge right on this top valve stem, and you can see we're at about 19 PSI right now. And then take it off. If you want to keep going, open your ball valve and just let it keep going. So right now we're at about 9 PSI. And I think we'll leave it there. That's good. I usually go down to about 7 for rock crawling, but for the purpose of the video, and we'll air back up, you'll get to see how fast that goes. 9 PSI is pretty much right where we want to be. We grab our top one, grab that locking collar, pull it backwards, it's off. To reinflate everything, we just get back, we're done off the trails, and now we need to air up, right? So to reinflate everything, all we do is we take our manifold, make sure your ball valve is closed, and all we're going to do is, we'll flip it around this way because it works a little easier, is push it into our air source. And once it's into our air source, we open up our ball valve, and you can hear the air now coming through the air tank and going out into the tires. As you're airing up, in order to check your PSI, what you got to do is just close your ball valve like we've already done, because with it open, the compressor turns on, so it's a little loud to hear. But all you got to do is close your ball valve, take your gauge again, put it right on the end, and you can see right now we're at about 14 PSI, and that's after we've had it on here for maybe 45 seconds so far. So we've gone from 10 to 14 PSI. Maybe 45 seconds, probably a little less. So what we're going to do is we'll open up our ball valve and let it go the rest of the way up, and then we'll show you how to disconnect everything once it's up to 30. We'll give it one more blast. All we do to disconnect everything, I like to disconnect it from your air source first. You don't necessarily have to, but I like to. So all we do is make sure your ball valve is closed, and then remove it from your air source. It's going to hold everything there in your hose. Let it hang so it stays out of the dirt and grime on the ground. And then I like to go around to the rear tire first and start here at the rear tire. And all we do, and we'll show you at the front one here, pull your locking collar, it comes right off. Because they're default closed, no air comes out. And we bring this guy up front. We grab our top one, grab that locking collar, pull it backwards, it's off. And then I just hang them here so you keep your air chucks out of the dirt, out of the grime, so they stay clean, they stay closed when you want them to. And go around and repeat the same process on the other side. Bring them around here, and then we'll show you how to coil up the hose from there. One of the tricks with the Morflate is, of course, rolling it up when you're done and getting it back into your nice bag to keep it clean. That way your hands don't get dirty when you're using it, and pulling it back out and inflate and deflate after the trail, before the trail. And the number one thing to remember is it's just like any other hose. As you roll it up, it's going to want to wrap itself around. So you don't want to start at the air chucks at that end. You want to start down here at the manifold at this end. So what you're going to do is grab it, it's one of the hoses, one of the lines off of the manifold, and wrap it in about, I don't know, 10-inch hoops, right around there, 8 to 10 inches, and just kind of go, and as you're going wrapping it up, make sure you're twisting the hose a quarter of a turn each time. And that'll help it as it goes to coil up nice and easy. And because the hose is that nice Flexzilla hose material, it wraps up nice and easy and never holds the memory no matter how long you keep it coiled up like this. And then just take your Velcro strips that come with it, wrap it around right there, and then you do the same thing on the other side, and then just lay it over on itself. And there you've got it, and that's a little sloppy because I did it really quick, but essentially you get the idea. The closer you get to the manifold when you grab it the first time, the more the manifold will sit right in the middle of everything. Shove it back in your bag, and you're good to go for your next adventure. Other than that, pretty simple, very nice. We put a lot of effort into making this as easy as possible. It's all a convenience thing to make airing up, airing down, regulating your tire PSI, all a very simple, quick, easy, and painless process. So I hope you like it. If you want to find out more information about the Morflate, we've got some articles up on my website, myoffroadradio.com. You can also just type in Google MORR for My Off-Road Radio. So MORRFLATE. And it should be the first 5 options on Google. So check it out. If you have any questions, ask away on social media, ask on any of our channels. You can send Jimmy questions. He knows a lot about it. He's been using a Morflate for a while now.
Yep.
So, yeah, hit us up. Let us know what you guys got.
Yeah, it's a wonderful product. I really enjoy it. It's so much fun to throw it out there when you're out wheeling and everybody's like, "What is that?" And you start talking about it and you show like, "Oh, I'm inflating all 4 of my tires right now. It's great." And everybody's like, "Wow, that's really, really cool."
It makes it even more fun when you can just sit back with a Dr. Pepper or a Coke in your hand. You're just sipping away while everybody else is working their way around their vehicles, doing the squat and getting their workouts in for the day.
Yeah,
so.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So if you want to check out more videos on Tyler and I talking about ham radios, which is really what Tyler's all about, you can check out that playlist in one of these 2 spots. I'll put it down below. If you want to see more on that ARB Easy Inflator, I'll put that video down below. Don't forget to subscribe and keep crawling.